time nimekuja na season 2 and one person told me, Valentine, content yako you create it once a year, and I was like, it's been a minute, let me do this, sit down, do it very nicely. So tulikuwa tumefika happy. I really want us to continue. I'm so sorry for the delay and all sorts of things, but tuko season 2. Cheni waperika kidogo ni wakumbusha whatever we were talking about. We were talking about the kings of Israel, and the main topic was tulikuwa tunataka kufikia kwa prophet Elijah. Yes. So tukaanza huko nyuma juu the story of this prophet ilikuwa connected na nani? Na Jeroboam. So we went back hadi kwa Solomon the king, that man with over 700 wives. Tuka realize that he wanted to kill Jeroboam, who was just from his commander army, and then a part of the kingdom was given to his son Rehoboam, and then Rehoboam and Jeroboam had an issue, blah blah blah, and all those things. So tukakuja in conclusion that this time, after the man of God had come to them, alikula huko, akakunywa huko, and yet he was told not to do so. And another thing that the yoke that Samson aliekea the Israelites, Rehoboam hakutoa. Ingine ni nini? Other than all those, today we are speaking about the prophecy of Ahijah. You know, after the man of God died, this man, Jeroboam, did not change even at all. But there's this other man, the name Abijah. Abijah was a prophet. He was sent by God. Ndiye ndo aliambianga Rehoboam, alimpeanga 10 pieces of his cloak. Alafu akamwambia, these are the tribes that you're going to rule over. Ndo venye nito ajeu king wetu. Solomon venye alisikia hivi ndo akaanza kumkimbiza, akimwambia, nitaua huyu mtu. Munitafutie mtu until Jeroboam akatoroka and all that. So we are speaking about Ahijah. I hope you guys are caught up sasa. I think we are so caught up. Due to the book of 1 Kings chapter 13. That was 1 Kings chapter 13. Actually 11 from verse 26. Tukasoma hivyo hadi chapter 13 verse 34. Otherwise, I hope you guys will be able to understand this new story from chapter 14, which is the prophecy of Abijah. Ahijah. Hey, hizi maneno za Biblia. Spirit, help us. Where? If we sit down and tuseme tunatulia akili zetu ili ku comprehend this, tutaelewa. But anyway, so let's go to chapter 14 of 1 Kings. Chapter 14 from verse 1 to the evil, Psalm 15. I tell you different types of kings to 16 until sasa tufike pale tukao tunafaa kufika kwa nani? Who else but the prophet himself. Yes. So concerning this prophet or this man of God, so ilifika time Jeroboam. I hope you guys mnakumbuka Jeroboam. Jeroboam was not of the royalty. He was not royal, like he's not from the royalty. Munanielewa? Like yeye hakuwa katika nyumba ya wafalme. Kiswahili wewe. Anyway, he was not from the house of the royals. He was not of it kabisa. So this man, umefika time, his one child akagonjekanga. Sijisema alikuwa na mtoto mmoja, but mtoto wake mmoja akagonjeka. So Jeroboam akashoma wife yake, darling, I want you to do this for me. Go to Ahijah the prophet who told me that I will have this land, and ask him kenye itafanyikia mtoto wetu. So and akamwambia, na ukienda uko tafadhali do not go as a different person, pretend you are not my wife. Sini sawa. Si Mungu naye ni nani? God knows everything, anajuanga kila kitu. Everything is on site, like he is on, kidogo niseme he's on toes, lakini he knows everything from the past to the present to the future and everything. So God akambia Ahijah, my servant. So Jeroboam's son is sick, and he has sent the wife akuje kwako ili umwambie nini itahapenia mtoto. So God akamshow, utawaambia this and that. So see, the wife travels, akaenda akafika kwa hiyo place. I think she was going to where, I will tell you, let us continue. So when the wife reached Then Jeroboam kumbuke ashaambiwa the wife is coming as a different person. So akamwambia cheki, nimkumbuke hii time prophet how, like, he doesn't have eyesight because he's old, so macho yake imepotea, but he feels the woman approaching. Akamwambia, yes, bibi ya Jeroboam, mbona unakuja kama mtu different? Why are you pretending to be someone else? So the wife is like, my son is sick and Jeroboam has sent me to ask you kenye mtu wetu atafanyikiwa. So prophet wa God akamshow, well, God amesema, because of all the things that you've done, your son will die as soon as you step back home. As soon as you step back home, he will die. All this aside, even after this, all these 20 side Rehoboam. I hope you guys are following. 20 side Rehoboam. Rehoboam sasa ndio alikuwa sasa the son of Solomon mwenye ali take over the mwenye alipewa sasa the 2 cities the 2 tribes of Israel. So this other man on the other side is there. He has made altars on different places. He has built cities. He has done different things, and he has also placed even when you talk about the male prostitutes, he has built Asherah poles. He has appointed a priest and everything. He has done detestable practices before the eyes of the Lord. And remember, this man, ni kama baba yake. Hakuna difference. He has 28 sons, 60 daughters, 18 wives, 60 concubines. Should I continue? And the mother was an Ammonite. Okay? The mother was an Ammonite. Remember, amongst the many wives of Solomon himself, he had different wives from different places. Okay? So, this man, man of God, this Rehoboam has done all these practices without holding back anything. He has not done when his grandfather alifanya. He's still like his father. Okay? The fact kwanza akuondolea the forced labor. That was painful for the Israelites. Now mkumbuke, let me just connect it with Chronicles, First Chronicles. When we are speaking concerning the fact that alikata kuondolea the yoke. Okay? This time Rehoboam was part of the council. Okay? So during being part of the council, ndo ilifanya Rehoboam akuwe anointed as king to fulfill the purpose that God alikuwa ameke Rehoboam. Okay? Then the other 2 cities ndo walibakingi na Rehoboam. I hope you're following. So when he was being asked that question, akawaambia wase rudini after 3 days, alafu akawapea jibu ati my finger is thicker than my father's waist. Rehoboam was amongst the crowd when walikuja kuuliza. Okay? So that's why the people took Jeroboam and they crowned him. Are we together? And then the other 2 cities zikachua Rehoboam. So that is how he ended up being king. Okay? And then this other man was 41 years old. He ruled for at least 20 something or 17 years. Yes, 17 years of just ruling. With all despicable things, horrifying. I'm even short of words because these are detestable practices. So, Rehoboam. In his 5th year, there's this king from Egypt came and he attacked them. Okay? This man, his name is Shishak, the king of Egypt. He came with Libyans, Sukkites, and Cushites. And they had over, with 1,200 chariots, 60,000 horsemen. Sasa alafu sasa tuongezea all the Cushites, Sukkites, and Libyans. So when akina Rehoboam waliona hapa hivi kumegoka, there's just no way we will call on our gods. There's no way we're going to call to Asherah, that hole that we keep on, we created and then we want to ask for help. No, that lady won't help us. So what do we do? So the leaders wakakuja pamoja, they said we will call on the name of the Lord. So they called on him and said, God, you know what? kumedhoka, but you adjust. So we're tusaidia. So God did not release the people of Israel under the rule of Rehoboam into the hands of Shishak, but aliwasaidia. But the king himself from Egypt took the bronze shields, okay? He took the bronze shield, actually the gold shields, not the bronze shields. Hizo ndo zilitengenezwa after alibeba, the gold shields, okay? He took every gold thing in that temple he collected. It's because at the temple itself that had some coverings of gold, yakubeba, but he carried the shields that were made out of gold, okay? Just because the Rehoboam's people decided to do things that were arousing God's anger. But God akawambia, I want you guys to know something. The difference between serving the king and serving the King of Kings. Okay? So aliwaambia nitawaachilia kwa mikono ya Shishak wa Waila, ndio muelewe hiyo difference, musikuwe wajinga, so that you will understand that I am God myself. Tunaelewana? But even after all these things, he did not seek God. Alisema mimi, hodni, nie, sita tumtafuta. So he didn't even. So even after that war, there was constant warfare between Jeroboam and Rehoboam. Okay? But Rehoboam died earlier. So he died and he was buried with his father, David. This time, aliachia the kiti yake to the son named Maacah. And disclaimer, he ruled for only 3 years. Just 3. Imagine. I'm really sorry for the change of location. So first things first, let me tell you why we change location. Where? You know, sometimes it's so hard to speak in front of people, as in the content you will deliver to people. It is so different. So ukiweza kumpia na kenye unataka kupea na through the phone. Anyway, long story short, so tulikuwa tumefika that King Rehoboam amepea mtoi wake the chance to be a king, and the kid rules for only how long? For only 3 years. Okay. So these 3 years, the new king's name is Abijah. So Abijah, the mother's name is Maacah. So my apologies. Hapo hivyo nilikuwa nimepeana confusion kiasi. That the new king, his name is Abijah. The mother is called Maacah. So this new king, you can imagine that the new king has the same reputation as the father. And it's not even surprising at all that the king has the same reputation as the father, you know. Remember, there was a continuous battle between the father and Jeroboam. And this time, the battle has continued to the child also. So the child has gone into war with this king of Israel. His name is, who else other than Jeroboam? So Jeroboam and Ahijah are at war. And remember, they are at a great war that has started with the father. Has started with the grandfather because Solomon wanted to kill Jeroboam. And then the son of Solomon, they're always in constant battle. And then lastly, as the son, Abijah, amekuja. And remember, he's just ruling for 3 years. Amekuja na Ahijah, amekuja kwa Jeroboam, sasa wameanza kitu. Okay? So they're there fighting. So what does Ahijah do? Kizungu. Ahijah does this. He stands in front of the Kerende and starts speaking words. So he's speaking to the people of Judah and he's telling them, you guys have forsaken God, you guys have done this, you guys have done this, you guys have done this, and this and this and this. So Jeroboam naye wanafanya nini? Wanamnyemelea, just moves behind him. And since he had acknowledged God within his heart, alisimama akasema, we believe in God. God is our leader. And you guys have detested and aroused his anger, but we have not. We will not, because we stand as God as our own. So Jeroboam anakuja mos. And imagine what happens. I want to build a tension. I hope I have really built the suspense because of this dude. So this dude, hey, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll. So Jeroboam is coming slowly and slowly and slowly. But since he has acknowledged and he has pledged allegiance to his God, God decides to fumble Jeroboam. So that is how the people of Israel that were being led by Jeroboam, they ended up under the arms of Ahijah. Okay? And these people who ended up in the arms of Ahijah, we had over 500,000 casualties just from the army of this dude, Ahijah. Okay? So you can imagine, he has done the same things as his father. Okay? But this time they're at war with Jeroboam. He has remembered God. Does it even make sense? Of course it does. So this time, so after God has done all that and caused that Ahijah, whatever Israel were under his own arms, now he has caused over 500,000 casualties because Jeroboam has not pledged allegiance to God, but this other son, Ahijah, pledged. So hivyo tu ndo kulienda. So Ahijah decided to wacha nifuate Jeroboam nione penye tutapelekana. So he goes, akafuatana. They reached a certain city. Acha tu niwasomea hapo. They reached a certain city. Okay? Kitabu yangu isiperuke na upepo ya Juja. Anyway, so wakafika at a certain place. So Ahijah pursued Jeroboam and took him from the towns of Bethel, okay, Jeshana and Ephron with the surrounding villages. But Jeroboam did not regain power during this time, and God struck him and died. In short, walikuwa tu wiki kazi tu ni kuzunguka at a certain place. So Jeroboam anasikia Ahijah is coming. Fanya nini? Let's go to the next city. So Ahijah anasikia Jeroboam in the next city. What does he do? He goes. So they kept on running until God decided, this is too much. I already know that my son, this dude by the name Abijah, will only rule for 3 years. Why should I waste 3 months chasing this dude? So he struck him and he died. Then unfortunately this dude pia yeye akakata roho. But imagine with just 3 years, he was able to marry 14 wives and had 22 sons and 16 daughters. Imagine. Okay? But anyway, he rested with his ancestors and was buried in the city of David, his great father. Ila yangu ni kama inataka kupotea. But before it potee, I really want to show you guys that after all these years of Jeroboam chasing with Rehoboam, like that, wakachase na Ahijah, he dies, okay? So God strikes him and he dies, like anadedi, anakuf dead. Are we together? Woo. God knows how to raise remnants for his generation. So, after all these generations, Rehoboam, Solomon, and Ahijah have really defiled God, what does God do? He raises a son by the name Asa. Asa is the son of Abijah. So Asa does everything that is good before the eyes of the Lord, and he breaks every Asherah pole. He brings down everything that you can imagine that was raised by his father, and that is how he became son of the Most High. Like, that is how he really decided to save the people of Israel. Okay? So, during all this time, God ashajirezia. He has already raised himself a king who is after his own heart. So he did things like his great grandfather, David. But anyway, musisahau. This lady, the queen mother, mwenye niliwaambia about the name Maka, okay? She was in charge of every Asherah pole. Like, she was in charge of every worship of Asherah. Asherah was the god. Let me just give you a small briefing concerning Asherah. So Asherah, this lady, she was called the goddess of fertility. Okay, that is why when Rehoboam was building or making these poles, he made sure that he'll have male prostitutes. so that fertility in the land, or what we call prostitution ama usherati, inaweza endelea in the kingdom. Okay, so this Asa, the king, after his father Ahijah, he brings down this mother Makkah. Akaleta Makkah chini. Sounds awkward, but akaleta Makkah chini, and then Makkah, that is how she was demoted from being the queen mother. Okay, so I'm here just admiring God's creation and telling God, if you were able to raise remnants for the generation of Ahijah, I pray that you may please raise remnants for the sake of my generation. Joe, I can imagine if my generation Anyway, hiyo ni story for another day. Tune in, nitawapea hiyo story. But anyway, this king Asa, he was a man after God's own heart. But so this king by the name Asa, he decides to give God over 7,000, okay, over 700 head of cattle and 7,000 sheep and goats as a form of sacrifice to God. Those are his ways of just sacrificing to his God. 700 heads of cattle. Inaonekana wana Israeli walikuwa kama Wamasai. But anyway, naomba acha sikue mjinga. But anyway, so this dude really sacrificed all that just because of God. So as I said, I really want God to raise a remnant for my generation. And if he's raising a remnant for my generation, I really want me and my friends and anyone who's listening to me to be part of the remnants that he's raising. I wish I had just had that verse at my tips. I'll give it to you next time. But anyway, so ijua ni kama imeamua, that will be the end of season 2 episode sijui, but I really hope that we'll have this next time. But I hope you guys have learned so much. So mwende msome 2 Chronicles from verse 12, and then pia msome 2 Kings ndio muweze kuconnect his story. So you're reading from 2 Chronicles from verse 12 and 1 Kings from verse 14. Okay? And then we'll have all this wrapped up nicely for you guys. And I hope you'll see you next time. I am so sorry for the delay in creation of this content, but God bless you so much. I lack words. But it seems we're at the end of this. But it's our, it is well with my soul. But thank you so much for you guys. God bless you so much. Even as we catch up next time. Bye! Subscribe, share, and like. I never thought ningesema so, and I was like, YouTubers. But anyway, I'm a YouTuber, but like, share, subscribe. Yeah, ikikubamba unaweza kuja na Mbogi. Yeah, mimi ni mfano wa Mkuru. Ikikubamba kuja na Mbogi. Sawa? Yes. Never to seen till number. Valid and keep quiet. Anyway, bye guys. Bye for now.